good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell.
Because we're on the road to 50K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
I'm sucking Dukes.
Whoa.
Or Duke. Duke. I'm sucking Dukes. And everything.
I don't know what it is about today's day and age, but this celebrity crush thing has gone way too far. What's going on, everybody? Look, having a celebrity crush isn't something that's a big deal, isn't a new concept, and it should honestly be pretty harmless. But at some point, it gets a little bit out of hand when people would risk multiple years of a relationship for 30 seconds of celebrity interaction, and it's kind of getting disgusting. Now, no matter how unpopular
Unpopular opinion. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
I feel like these conversations, I feel like women and men been feeling like how they been feeling when it came to a crush before social media became such a viral sensation.
Definitely.
It's just now that we're behind a set of what people are comfortable saying out loud.
Yeah.
So imagine the days when your sister, your cousin, you somebody who had the magazines or the posters on their wall. Them girls been crushing hard like that forever. So I don't know, bro. I feel like that videos like this is just, I don't know. I'm gonna see how he cook it up though.
We about to see. I mean, I just feel like social media, everybody's on it. There's documentation of what you say, what you do. Back in the day, nobody had pictures of my wall. My my tic-tac-toe.
Yo.
My checkered wall that I was putting up of B2K.
Yeah, tell it.
You know?
Tell it. Okay.
I know you ain't talking because I know you had magazines of Trina.
Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim.
The old Lil' Kim.
Yeah.
I gotta live with this after this video go off, so y'all check on me, please.
Crazy is in the mainstream media, that does not stop women from flocking towards their shows, even those in relationships, and they're willing to risk it all for whatever's going down in the B-town.
Well, we finally made it to the day. The day when I give up all my dreams on Chris Brown.
Now, I don't know what's nastier, saying those vows in front of your husband, in front of his entire family, and laughing it off as some sort of joke, or having the first picture in your wedding photos that you put on Instagram be a picture of you and Chris Brown at this meet and greet where you're about to make out. Now, rightfully so, this woman's been getting flamed on the internet, and a lot of people have been asking, why would she do this? Chris Brown offers a meet and greet as his package for his 11/11 tour, or really any tour that he does, and fans are allowed to take pictures. The cost of it is $1,111. $11. Now, these do not include concert ticket prices, so the price of the whole experience is probably $2,000. And I guess a lot of women see this as in time an opportunity to just get freak nasty and take total advantage of whatever celebrity they can get, even if it's sexual. Hell, even some men do it.
Now, the only thing these fans are getting is a picture with the man, a signed picture, an early entry to the concert, and a whole calendar, fam. He even did this for his last tour, and this one fan keep on coming back. He even made a customized shirt from the last tour. Like, that is how dedicated they are. He's doing this for 36 cities, and the man is charging them $1,100. Times that by 100 people per city, bro. Dog, he's making almost $4 mil. An extra $4 mil for grabbing cheeks and taking pictures. Sign me up, bro. Chris Brown getting the bag. And can I hate? Nope.
You might need to bench press or something there.
That shit fun.
Like, I bet it.
He having fun.
Yeah, he having fun.
Motherfucking pictures with your shirt off, because then you can't gauge what the person.
It can't be
Yeah, because you don't know what motherfucker might lick your stomach or something. You gonna be like, hold on. Hold on.
Look, I'm not hating on Chris Breezy. I might do the same exact thing if I was a celebrity who a lot of people in a certain generation view as a sex symbol. But I do think things are very interesting in this conversation. For one, I think this could only fly for a male performer and his female or even male fan base where there is a lack of boundaries or personal space in these regards. Clearly, these people are allowing Chris Brown to do these sorts of things, and I think that's perfectly fine. However, I would wonder how many women artists do meet and greets. Not that I'm saying I want to go to the next Glorilla or Meg Thee Stallion concert and put my bulge in their hands, but I do find it interesting that we see these outrageous pictures from the men's concerts, but not the women's concerts. Because God forbid a brother wants to get a grab.
Nah, because women, cannot do that.
What?
No, people hold women to a different standard.
Man, they have some stage icons. And I'm not even talking about in the country of the United States. I'm talking about like outside, like different levels.
Yeah, but think
different
about
levels.
It. Look at all of these pictures that Chris Brown has of all of his fans, right?
Yeah.
Imagine Meg Thee Stallion having that. Imagine Glorilla, Cardi B. Imagine that, where, like he said, their hands is over a guy's package, right? It wouldn't look right, even though they rap about what they rap about.
It never. It would never. It would never sit as well as it would with a guy because it's just a society. How society view women. And I'm talking about like before they try to get them to be, you know, as closeless as they are today. They always have been viewed as what they need to be viewed as to respect themselves.
Yeah.
No, I'm playing. I have no problem with this when it's a single person who is the artist and a single person who is the person paying for the photos. That's perfectly fine. Where I have a problem with this is when somebody in a relationship, like the young lady mentioned earlier, is doing these things and is on the way to getting married and making fun of this man in this situation. And I get it. I've dated women who were stans or fans of some people, but trust me, we have hard conversations about these things beforehand. So if I saw any ultraviolet red flags, I am dipping out immediately. Now she's lucky that she didn't end up just like that girl from earlier this year at the Omalay concert where she went up on stage and freaked on Omalay, and then she got embarrassed because her boyfriend left her at the end of the show, which he had every right to do. And then she tried to beg Kai Cenat to be on the platform, and that didn't work out, but he ended up on the platform, the ex-boyfriend, and got tons and tons of money of it. She's lucky that she didn't end up in this situation, and her husband's a dummy for probably going through with it, because that's publicly embarrassing, and I don't think that's okay.
My one pass is so-and-so celebrity. Like, call me old-fashioned or call me insecure or whatever, but it's like, I just find that is so weird. That's, like, kind of disrespectful to your partner. Because you're basically saying to your partner, oh, like, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I also find this random celebrity really, really hot, and if given the chance, I would totally sleep with them.
That's crazy. Because at the end of the day, they're still a person.
Facts.
They are a person regardless. They just have a different status. That's it.
Yeah.
I remember one time it was Essence Festival, and we was walking out of a building, and we had saw Neo. And if you see a celebrity, of course you want a picture with him, right? Especially if you like their
First
songs.
of all, we had to recognize it was him.
Right.
Because we didn't even notice him until we was like, yo, look, that's Neo and his wife.
Familiar. Yeah, and I was like, oh, can I have a picture? And I think my phone was dead. And he had said, at first he said no, and when he said no, I'm like, okay, cool.
I think his bodyguard had hopped in front. That's why, because they was walking. I think they was trying to catch a flight. It was in the airport.
Yeah, he said no. I'm like, oh, cool. Go about your business. I'm gonna go on about my business.
But he didn't say no.
He did say no.
He did.
He did say no.
Then who
and then,
allowed the picture to get taken?
I'm about to tell you. He said no, and then when I say okay, he felt some way when I say okay. Because you're telling me no, okay. I'm not about to fangirl. I don't care about you like that time. That's when he gave us a hug. Because my phone was dead, remember?
I did not touch that, man. I did not touch.
Crystal didn't hug you?
No, and she's taller than him. That was crazy, yeah. She had on a huge dress.
Well,
they was looking fly as heck, but you went out.
He dapped you.
You went into, I believe he did. Okay.
It had me remembering what happened.
I don't really remember that much, but I do remember that when we saw them, they looked at mad fly. They had this security guard with them, and you was like, "Oh, baby, look, that's Neo." And we walked up to him. She was like, "Babe, was like, can I take a picture with you?" And the discussion happened, and you ran to your pocket to grab your phone, and our phones was dead. Yours was dead, and it was on a rush anyway. So
yeah, but he said no. I guess he didn't expect my reaction to be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know though. I think though when it comes to just fanning over somebody and just being like overly obsessed, that is idolizing the person, and you're obviously you're in a rabbit hole of this person's life, and you have like really invested into everything about this individual to the point that when you see him, it's like everything I thought about you was true.
Right.
And I get to see you in person, and then they kind of get that little, dopamine effect. They explode. They get real happy feeling.
Right.
You know?
See, my thing is when it comes to celebrities, I'm just proud of who they are, like the status. I'm not fanning over them. Now, back in the day when it was my B2K days, when I was fangirling, when I was a child. But as an adult, I'm just proud of you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I feel you.
When celebrities have mental health disorders, because there is just no way you can be infatuated and crazy about a human being who breathes just like you breathe. Right. Why are you guys overly obsessed with these celebrities? Like, put that much time and attention into loving yourself.
I think that being infatuated with a celebrity or a person with some sort of stature is okay to an extent. Of course, you know, having jerseys is fine, having posters is fine, all these things are fine. But there are people who outwardly and openly cross lines that I personally think is too much. If you're to the point where you're saying, I would risk my relationship for somebody that is a celebrity, then that's where I think things are totally out of pocket. Especially when you don't know these people. We have seen a lot of cases on the internet in 2024 specifically, where these celebrities end up being terrible people, and people constantly support them without knowing who they are, or B, the people who are even worse, who give some sort of grace for the actions that they did. Some examples that come to mind are Dr. Disrespect, Mr. Beast, Drake, and even R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a crazy example because, first and foremost, there were a bunch of people who were infatuated with him, who allowed their family members to be in his presence knowing what he did. And then secondly, and probably worse, is that there were so many people who brushed off the things that he did or the things that he said because of his stature and his name. Which brings us to the most infatuated celebrity in the WL community, and that's who you know him, you love him, his name is Captain Atlanta Duke Dennis.
It's supposed to be like falling apart. You name it. Right? He's 24. 24 years old.
Well, time. Before we get on that, bro, the thing with R. Kelly is like, you really got to think about it for a second. Dude, music is so pressed into the black culture that when people realize his story and everything that he was doing behind the set that we probably didn't even want to know about, it crushed a lot of people to the point where it's like, but his music is so pressed into it. It's like I still want the energy and the vibe of what his tracks did, because even if you hear it today, it takes you back to whatever memory lane that you first heard it at, and it brings us into this conflict of trying to dismiss a person, but at the same time, it's like, but all these years I've been hooked on the music. So
see, we grew up with the Aaliyah era, and hearing in the media what was going on behind the scenes, although it wasn't confirmed. Well, the marriage was confirmed, so I've always grown up with that in my mind, like Aaliyah and R. Kelly. You know? Yeah. So that's why it was not surprising to me when all that stuff started coming out. Yeah. Like I grew up knowing that, you know, so it's like, not surprised.
So that just turns a person's page. Like it makes you look at them totally different, and you just reject everything they ever did. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's the conflict that comes with it.
And that's why you're not supposed to idolize people. Exactly. Because although I love his artistry, I don't like who he is as a person. Too many instances. To deny it. Success
and freedom would just unlock a lot of things that people was always. I ain't gonna say that because his story is different for me to even bring that into that.
Right, but it's like
it won't line right. It won't cook right.
And it's like in the black community, we turn this going into something totally different. Yeah,
that's why I pull back. Different. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done.
Hi.
Oh.
Good, how are you?
Where she come from?
You alright? Tight shit. But yeah. See you in the morning. Peace. Tight shit. I'm the one that's supposed to be here. Move on. Hey man, how are you? I'm good.
All the bitches ask for Duke. You got a nigga asking where Kai at. It's always a nigga. Say, yo, Kai, where you at? No bitches. No bitches saying, yo, where Kai at? It's like, yo, look at this nigga, man.
No.
I gotta agree with Kai. And there's some interesting things about these dynamics that nobody really wants to talk about. Specifically when there is this male content creator or male celebrity in question, it almost seems as if women get this pass or green light to do sexual things, or it's perceived to say the most nastiest and vile things, and not even just say it, but when they interact with these people, sometimes go about doing it. I didn't like how in the first clip that woman decided to invade Duke Dennis's personal space. Now mind you, she could have been inebriated or intoxicated, but we've seen clips like this
That's
on the
crazy.
internet before where women just feel like they can impede on people's personal space, do or say nasty things when it comes to the celebrities in our lives just because they are women. I think a lot of times they get a pass in that regard when any other situation we would call it what it is, harassment. And to a different extent, Kai Cenat sees the same sort of obsession when it comes to his stardom and his fame. I mean, look at the situation when he had his NYC takeover. The fact that people felt like they could impede his personal space. It goes beyond a personal crush or some sort.
But you see the thing with that, I think Kai was just roasting, especially being that Duke is his homie. I feel like he's just roasting that.
Yeah,
like he's joking that he's trolling the fact that he's like a icon when it comes to like women and being loved on it. But for me, it's like this. It's like I'm married. You feel me? And when it comes to advice, I can't tell a young gentleman to say, make sure that everything you do in life is straight. Don't make no mistakes that I made. You can't tell that because 9 times out of 10, them bumping their head is going to get them to probably fall in love with the right woman instead of going through it and getting hurt by trying to be with the perfect woman that he finally get encounter with. That's a story for another day. But I can never say that as a married man for you not to live your life. You get what I'm saying? And that's kind of like what this sounds like. Because he is who he is, and they got some women that's just like mad single, and they just love the status that he has and the industry that he's in. They're going to be there to support that. And however a female supports, that's just what it is. I don't think it's to the point where they're like grossly doing other stuff publicly to where it's like, okay, maybe he need to take himself out of it so they can stop acting like they're acting.
Right. And at the end of the day, that's just like us with listening to songs and, you know, people who have created something that helped us get out of something. You never know what watching someone does for somebody.
That's facts, yeah.
Y'all may be seeing this channel for the first time, but a lot of people on our main channel watch us to get through things because they like the way we interact. They like our little side jokes. They like the history of whatever we're watching. So people watch us because it feels good to a lot of people.
Yeah,
we make people feel good.
They have a takeaway.
So when they meet you for the first time, you're not expecting their reaction because you don't know what they're going through when they're watching your content. Right?
That's so many different people now.
Right. So all of it may not be I really like him.
Yeah.
Some of it may be you help me. You know? And I hate to get that deep on a video like this, but still.
Yeah, because I feel like you take away from the person's success when you try to say that everybody is just out there for that one reason.
Right.
I highly doubt that. You know what I'm saying? Some women, you can look at it from a like a high school point of view. When you're popular in class, girls just want to crush. Most of the times, they don't even want to be with you because they know that they're not the only one that's crushing on you. They just like the fact that they're that close to you, you know?
Right,
So,
and you're popular.
You know, that's what it is.
Sort of lovey-dovey type situation, but just the overall obsession with celebrities in today's day and age is crazy. The lady earlier in the video mentioned that having some sort of obsession with a celebrity could be classified as a mental illness, and I gotta agree. There's a certain demographic that loves a female rap artist that I won't dare say the name of because, they might find me and me or whatever the case may be. But there's been studies that show that those who have obsessions with celebrities have a lower intelligence level and perform pretty badly on cognitive tests. So there may be a little bit something to them. And then there are some that just take it to the whole next level. And this is why I'm very weary about this topic because we see how the impacts of social media are affecting kids today. But we've seen situations where people take this celebrity obsession and do crazy things to said celebrities. Hell, we had a whole president shot over an obsession with celebrities in the past, but there was a Barb who actually tried to sue Nicki Minaj for $5 million for emotional damage when that, in fact, Barb was actually harassing Nicki Minaj himself.
Nicki's social media manager took to Twitter to speak up about this and claimed that he allegedly has a history of stalking the rapper, following her at all of her shows, and even going as far as to book hotel rooms in the same hotels that she stays at.
Look, I can't say the past generations because I think what a lot of celebrities have shown in these recent years is that they don't honestly align with your views. They don't honestly care about your opinions or your feelings. And honestly, they see you as just nothing but a debit card to swipe so they can continue to live their lavish lifestyles or somebody to prey on. So I don't understand why people are still looking into Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, R. Kelly, or any of these other celebrities as some people to be obsessed with. But specifically to the younger demographic, I would love to say, hey, do not fall into these traps of the old because...
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that Prime series Swarm.
No, now that is
crazy.
is that is I don't know what the word is for, but that's over being obsessed.
Baby,
That's like
I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Nah, that's obsession for real. I've never heard of a story like that.
Following her all around the country.
Not just that, unaliving folk who talk bad about her.
Baby.
She'll come find you.
Ooh, child.
She knows your Twitter account, address, everything. She's she's that deep.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You
That's
need to get offline and go touch some grass.
That's a good comparison, but that's a crazy one because that's like really obsessed.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all gotta go check that out. She killed that.
All this stuff is totally weird. And parents, please watch what your kids consume or the young people in your life consume. I'm not gonna 100% put this type of lifestyle on these people, especially in today's day and age. Celebrities do a really good job of creating parasocial relationship when it comes to the content creator and the people consuming the content themselves. So then it becomes hard to separate what is not and is real life for a lot of these young people. And that's where you see a lot of people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on subs during somebody's subathon last week.
Whoa, who's gifting? Wait, shut the fuck up! Tacky too flashy, get the 250,000? Wait, am I bugging? Yo, where's the alerts, gang? Why is nobody 250,000? What the fuck? Yo, everybody who is dropping this much, yo, I appreciate y'all niggas. You guys are fucking amazing. I fucking love y'all niggas. Tacky too flashy. Give your mother back the fucking card.
Boy.
Give your mother back the fucking card.
Even though I was a little kid, everybody laughed it off and thought it was a quirky internet moment, but the whole time I'm thinking to myself, where the hell is this kid's mom? They should not be so engaged with Kaizenat where this person can send that type of money to somebody. And definitely, if you're in a relationship and you ask your partner what hall pass they would ever have, and the first words out of their mouth is a celebrity, that is a clear sign to run.
Today, we're gonna stop it at. Make sure you guys check his channel out. I definitely believe that conversation is way deeper than what he made it to be. Way deeper.
Ending? Definitely. First of all, how the mama didn't know 250,000 was gone without her having to put in a code or something?
Wait, how we know that was a kid though?
Right. Baby, whatever.
How we know? Like at the end of the day, we are sitting behind a screen just like someone else is, and when someone do anything, you know what I'm saying, you can look at it as a blessing or you can look at it as like, yo, we need to fix what's going on in the social media world because who has control of a debit card to be giving that amount of money out?
Listen, that's why the Demouchets keep it culture and travel. Okay, ain't no personal nothing around here. Culture and travel.
Yeah.
Stop asking me personal questions. It's none of your business.
None of your business.
None of your.
Leave it alone. Don't touch that.
Keep the obsession to yourself, though.
Oh, yeah, because that's some problems. We ain't trying to... People be having to move. People be having to change schools. People be having to change everything. Just too much.
Hire a bodyguard?
No.
Hey. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.